Cooksy Mob, what's up, guys? Hey, how we doing? So I've got a fun one today. Well, I wouldn't say fun. I'm kind of fired up, man. I really am. I was listening to the Racer X review podcast, and it's got Jason Wygant, Jason Thomas, and that slob of a human, Steve Matthes. And what Steve Matthes was saying on there absolutely disgusted me. I hope I don't run into him anytime soon because I'm not real happy with it. And the way, it's disgusting. He went after Hayden Deegan in a way that I couldn't even imagine. I got crap for saying he shouldn't have turned pro. Meanwhile, Steve Matthes is calling him a xenophobe. Yeah, he's saying that he's trying to divide. It's horrible. If you want to listen to it, you go to the Racer X review podcast. This starts at about 103. But yeah, it's pretty bad. So anyway, guys, Complete Med Solutions. If you don't feel well, if you're running down, you want to get, or you just want to dial in your fitness, hit up Coach Rob. They'll draw your blood and they'll set up a program specifically for you to get you feeling optimum. Strapped, a brand built on patriotism. I'm going to talk a lot about that today. I wish I had my We the People shirt, but I got my Gracie Jiu-Jitsu shirt from Patriot from Precision Transport. Patrick, thank you. They're coming on board in August, but I was wearing this today, so thank you. Epic Garage Designs. Oh, and back to Strapped. If you use code Cooksy, you get free shipping. Epic Garage Designs, cabinets, flooring, slat wall, you know it. They kick ass. Go check out the website. Drop ships anywhere. C of 7. C of 7, really cool clothes. Use code Brody for 20% off. All right, guys, I'm about to bring out the bad guy today. So like I said, if you don't like my rants and when you don't like it when I get a little negative, don't watch this video because I'm going to go a little bit negative.
You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say, that's the bad guy.
So before I get into the comments about what Steve Matthes did and what he said on the Racer X review, let's just take a look at Hayden Deegan right now. This kid has come from the B class. Last year at this time, he was getting ready to ride Loretta Lynn's. Not in the Pro-Am class, not in the A class, in the B class. Seriously, a B rider. That's where he was 1 year ago, which even makes it more amazing what he's done. And if you want to act like I'm just a nut hugger, I'm not. So I said he would be top 5 to top 3 heading into Ironman when he made his pro debut. Don't get it wrong. This kid is talented. He is so good. Like, he's so good that I'm actually predicting him to run top 5 at Ironman. And with a little luck, if any of those top guys, you know, the Hampshire, Schmoda, Lawrence brothers, have any sort of an issue, he could get on the podium. Like, if he got on the podium, it would be surprising, but it wouldn't be shocking. This kid is good. He is the future. Well, Ironman didn't go like a lot of us thought it would. I thought, okay, well, it's a bad race, no big deal. Then he goes to Paula, and I thought for sure we'd see a flash. We'd see something out of Paula, because that's his home track. That's where Hayden grew up racing, right by there. He's ridden that track so many times, and I thought for sure, okay, he's going to have a top 10, top 5. It was rather unimpressive. He was battling with Chance Hymas, who's also a very good rookie. But what I expected from Hayden, I expected more than that. I guess my expectations were probably too high at that point. But then I saw him again. He has a full offseason, right? Then he goes to Supercross Futures in Anaheim. And I didn't just watch the race. A lot of you guys say, oh, well, he tipped over. Yes, he tipped over. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the first practice, the second practice, qualifying. I watched every lap out there. And he did not look good. Julian Bomer was much better than him all day long. He wasn't the best guy. Daxton looked better in the whoops. Like, there was a lot of, he didn't look like the best guy. And I expected him to be head and shoulders above those futures riders. So I said, don't turn pro. I thought it was stupid. I thought, what do you have to gain by going pro? Look at how many riders have gone pro early and ruined their confidence. Daniel Blair, who runs the Orange Brigade team right now. He was, most of you guys don't remember, but as an amateur, he won like the World Mini on an 80. He was really, really good. And I think he would have had a much better pro career. And him and I have had long talks about how when he turned pro, his confidence was crushed. And he never really regained that. Look at Max Voland. I mean, he's got to do a little rebuilding. And look at the yard sale of kids who have turned pro and just had their confidence crushed. They've never really reached their potential. I didn't want that to happen to Deegan, so I said it was moronic to turn him pro. Clearly that was wrong. He's obviously proved he's ready. I'm not at the goat farm every day, so I don't get to see what he does day in and day out. But turning him pro was the right decision. It was a gamble, but clearly the confidence is there. I mean, I don't know if you try to say it's not even an argument. It's a great idea. It's 100% what should have been done, and it was done. And good on them. I love it. Now he just stomps out the field 1-1. The kid that was riding B last year, this time in dominant fashion in the second moto. He ran down and broke Justin Cooper. Justin Cooper's been a mainstay in that 250 class for the last 3 to 5 years. A few years ago, and Washougal is one of his better tracks. This is where he was going to get back on the winning ways. Hayden ran him down, and I mean, he dropped a 215 late in that race. The cardio, the determination, it's unbelievable. And then you guys know I'm a big fan of what he is on the mic. He's authentic. He's not afraid to ruffle feathers.
Oh man, I've been watching too much David Goggins and Andrew Tate. Those last few laps, I'm like, I put my heart into this thing, baby. And man, it's nerve-wracking, and I'm sure it's nerve-wracking for Hunter too. He's supposed to be winning these things.
Add spice to this whole thing, and that's what we want. We want emotion. We want a reason to care. So for people to be upset about that, yes, good, that's awesome. You should be upset about that. And I'm okay with people criticizing him for that. That's not a problem. Some people say that's immature, whatever it is. I love it. Hayden seems to thrive off of it. Where I have a problem is what he said about Americans. Steve Matthes is a Canadian. He came over here. He's living his dream in America. He's a successful media guy. He's got some pretty good stuff. I watch his review show. I watch the Moto 60 show. The Pulp show I don't really watch, but I've been on there. It's a great show. It's decent. If you're a motocross fan, it's nice to have that much content, and he does a pretty good job with it. And he's gotten sponsors, and he's lived his dream in America. He didn't do that from Canada. He did it in America. So for him to be upset and call it divisive when, Hayden Deegan gets up there and says, he's the top American.
And I'm glad I could put the American up front for all the fans.
I disagree. Well, I disagree about the American stuff being good for the sport. Like, I'm not saying stop the fans from chanting USA. They're going to do what they're going to do. The mob mentality is speaking. But for Hayden to bring up the American thing twice now, he's obviously trying to divide people up against a family that has spent tens of thousands of dollars and pursued their dreams and pay taxes and have chosen to live in the USA and love it. They weren't just born here. They've chosen to be here, and they've chased this dream, and they obviously love the country and love the series. And for Hayden to try to divide people, and for me as a foreigner, it sticks with me a little bit that Hayden is trying to divide people to not like this Lawrence family because they're not born here. That rubs me a bit the wrong way. He's trying to get favoritism by saying, I'm born here, my competition is not. Point. He's stoking the fire. I like athletes that are classy that way. I don't need to go to a WWF trick. It's not respectful to try to get people to shit on the foreigner. Be a little better. And I think the Lawrence family would agree, and any foreigners that are here that have spent all this money to be here and pay taxes and all of that, we would be a little bit like, WTF, man.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about, you dumbass? Are you kidding me? If Hunter gets up there and says, shout out to Aussies, nobody's going to care. It's totally okay to be patriotic for your country. It's okay. That's not divisive. What Steve's talking about is the same woke culture that has fractured this country, that politicians use to get us infighting. Do not listen to this socialist agenda. That's what it is. It's a socialist agenda. They want to make you embarrassed to fly your American flag, which is ridiculous. This is our country, guys. This is where we live. Be proud to be an American. We the people. And for Steve to act like this, living in the United States, infuriates me. Get out if you don't like it. Like, come on, man. Don't come here and tell us not to be proud of our country. Am I proud of everything? No. Politicians on both sides have done some stupid stuff that I don't agree with. But as a citizen, I'm still proud, and I think it's okay. It's okay for French people to wave a French flag and be proud to be French. It's okay for Australians to be proud to be from Australia. And it's okay for Americans to be proud to be American, damn it. And for him to say otherwise infuriates me. Take that shit somewhere else. Take your woke agenda and fuck off. I don't appreciate it. And I'm sure a lot of you guys don't appreciate it. But Hayden Deegan, good on you, top American. And to top this is in a series. It's a national series. But Fat Guy's employer is MX Sports, which owns Racer X, same company. And they're calling this a world championship. In a world championship, when a guy wins, they play his national anthem. So you're going to critique a kid for saying something positive about America. He said nothing negative about any other countries.
I'm glad I could put the American up front for all the fans.
He said something positive about America. That's not wrong. Don't ever apologize for saying something positive about your country. Be proud of where you are. Be proud. Yes, I critique some of the stuff that happens in the government, but that doesn't mean I'm not proud to be an American. There's a storied history here. And while it's been fractured lately, I don't care. And we need things like what Hayden did. We need to get up there and represent. Wear red, white, and blue. Fly the flag. That's okay. That's okay. We don't want a one world government. That's stupid. That's you, Steve. Get out of here. You and your one world government can piss off. I'm American, and I love it, and I love that Hayden Deegan embraces it. And while the Deegan family isn't having me over anytime soon for dinner, trust me, they don't like me. I 100% respect what they're doing, and I appreciate that they embrace this American culture. And they're not putting down any other cultures. They're not. They're not putting down any other cultures. He did not say F Australia. He did not say F France. He said top American. He's proud to be American. Nothing wrong with that. So from a guy to come over here from Canada and live the American dream, to say that really pisses me off. So thanks, guys. I'll catch you later.